With the driver, in the takeaway, we want that club head moving low and slow away from the golf ball. That gets our swing off to the best possible start. Or does it? Rory McIlroy would tend to disagree with you. He does it very, very differently. And in this video, I'm going to show you, or share with you, what you can learn from his golf swing. And this is going to be great if you want to add a little bit of speed to the club head and a little bit more distance to the drive. So I call this the Rory move. There's loads of other golfers who demonstrate this. Rory, for me, he does it the best, and he probably is the best driver of the golf ball on the planet. So have a look next time you get a chance at Rory's golf swing. In the first part of his golf swing, his driver shaft has got some bend to it. Now, I don't know exactly the driver shaft he uses, but I know it's pretty stiff and it's pretty rigid. So if it's got some bend to it, and that bend is in this direction, it's because he's using a fair bit of force as he moves the club away. It's not super slow. Then we take a look at what he does in his body. Let me take an address. And if you look at Rory from face on, as he begins to start his driver swing, he actually has a little bit of a shift away from the target, and he has a little bit of a push away from the ground. So he's not exactly static. He's not staying really still. He's not keeping the driver head low and slow to the ground. He's taking his address position. He's priming himself, ready to launch the ball some 320, 330 yards down the fairway. And when he actually starts his swing, he starts it with a shift of his body, a push into the ground, and certainly a little bit of energy. Now for me, I love that. I really think it's a great way to start the driver swing. I think it gives your golf swing energy early on. I think it gives it some speed early on. It gives you the opportunity to create speed in your golf swing. So how are you going to feel it? How are you going to practice it? Well, very simple. I want you to take an alignment stick. This one here is in my golf bag. I'm going to take an address to this golf ball. I'm going to place it just into the ground. It's at a rough angle, it doesn't have to be super specific. And I'm going to take my driver address position. I'm going to take my normal grip. I'm going to hold that alignment stick. And I'm going to basically think about starting my backswing. But I can't go low and slow because the stick is in the ground. I'm having to use my body. I'm going to have to shift a little bit, I'm going to have to push, I'm going to have to try and pull this out the ground. So if I try and make a backswing, I'm starting to create those ideas that Rory has with his driver. I'm trying to create a bit of energy, a bit of force. I'm trying to feel like there's something happening with my body. There's some pressure going through the ground to get this alignment stick out of the ground. Rory, as I said, does it exceptionally well. And if we can, get a little bit of this into your golf swing, I'm certainly not advocating that you rush the backswing, but I do think we can sync the golf swing better if we can get our first move away a little better. So, wish me luck. I'm going to do my best Rory McIlroy impression. Par 5 here, so a really good drive over 300 would set me up for a good chance at birdie. So let's see if we can move away like Rory. Oh, I would not be having that one back. I don't think that's as good as Rory drives it, but for me, that's pretty good. I'm taking that. The little Rory move away from me, start the ball, help me hit that drive. He can help you too.